My name is Cori Lippert, and I'm a glass mosaic artist living in Oregon, Wisconsin. My customers frequently ask what inspires me to make my mosaics. Most of the time what happens is I go to a thrift store or perhaps a garage sale and I see something that calls out to be made into a mosaic. In fact, frequently they are screaming and shouting that they must be made into a mosaic. After I decide on the item I want, I have to cut it in half so that it can fit onto the board I'm using for the mosaic. So the first thing I do is come over to my tile saw, which is wet cooled, and which I fondly refer to as the spinning circle of death. The reason for that is because the items I'm cutting are quite large, so I had to remove all of the safeties from the saw. Therefore, I get to use this lovely face mask and Kevlar gloves. And I still have all my fingers. Once I have cut the items for the mosaic, I will use a piece of plywood as the base. Go ahead and do that on my miter saw. Then the next and more exciting part is to choose the glass for the mosaic and start cutting it. Now, in reality, we don't really cut glass. This is a jig system that is used for glass, which I happen to like to use. So the first thing I'm going to do, I like to work from strips. So I am going to cut this glass into about a 1/2 inch strip. And there's a ruler along here so that I can make sure that I'm having precise cuts. Glass is just like wood. Measure twice, cut once. Once I've got my strip of glass, maybe in this case I want to use 1/2 inch rectangles, or I'm sorry, 1 inch rectangles. So I can just go over here to my system and start sliding down the glass, lining it up with the ruler, making my cuts. And when I have enough pieces, or I've done the whole strip, I can use this tool to just break off all those little pieces I just cut. Sometimes I do other kinds of things. Instead of doing rectangles or squares, I will cut other shapes. So in this case, for this wine mosaic, what I've done is cut mirror glass in these different little shapes. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to start adding this mirror glass to the mosaic. And as you can see, as I start laying out the glass and having it come down, it starts to take on the shape of the wine pouring into the wine glass. Now right now, most of my mosaics are out at a solo show, so I don't have too much to show you, but I do have some of my chairs and one of my wall mosaics. This Packer piece is ready to be shipped to its new home. I do lots of different themes: tea, coffee, dragonflies, trees, you name it. I'm interested in making it. And I thank you for visiting me today in my studio.